This has been on the back burner for quite a while, but I thought I could squeeze one in today. So I'm going to turn that light off because it's always a miserable glare when that's on. So we've got Empire. Okay. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Go into this thing and do it. Okay, where the hell do we go? This has been only an ongoing project for what, a year and a half now? Okay, let's bring it up just a little bit. Well, heck, I'm going to have to bring it back. It's such a large painting. Well, heck, where are we going to work on this thing? Let's go. Let's hit this car. Hello, Doris. How are you doing? Cool. Hey, Billy. Hey, Madonna. Well, this is my big, massive painting that I've been doing. Oh, for goodness! It's an ongoing project. When we have time, we squeeze it in. Yeah, I did this massive painting called Count Vespasian, and that was a huge one. And I did one of the regulars, and then this is the last of the huge canvases. And I decided, when this whole COVID thing started, I said, pull it out of the closet and let's work on this thing. So all right, so let's get going on this thing. I always sit here and go, where in the heck do I go with this? So we're let's see, let's pull this down. Hang on to your seats there. There you go. Well, we're here in Portland. We got an ice storm coming in, and that's one of our nastiest events here. It's kind of nerve-wracking when they have one coming in, and it has just started here at my house, and it sounds like somebody's throwing little pebbles against the side of the windows, and it's just like, you know what you're in for if it continues. And it's like, oh, you wish you could somehow heat the atmosphere with a giant dish of some sort. But yeah, I think we're in for it. So I have little squirrels in my backyard, and the last time we had a big ice storm, I had to feed them because they couldn't get their little paws through the ice where all their food was stored, and so I went out there and fed them. So that's my plan tomorrow. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome aboard. Yeah, this is enormous painting. It's 5 feet by 6 feet. I don't know what I had in my mind, but we're gonna work on this thing. I'll shut up and start actually painting here. Whoa! Got these flying cars here. Mm-hmm. So the sunlight is actually coming this direction, so we will work on these. But this car definitely needs to get some work done on it. I do a little section at a time. I've got a show coming up, but I'm in great shape for that show, and I said, what the heck? We're going to do this tonight. And thank you, Anthony, for bringing people over. I do appreciate that. Move this chair out of the way. There we go. So if I suddenly lose power, I'm not just dumping you guys. It's just because the ice storm got bad enough. So far, knock on wood, at this house, I've not lost power to it. We had a horrific windstorm today. My poor neighbor's house got a little bit damaged in it. Welcome to winter. Just 6 weeks ago, we had 80-degree weather. Isn't that amazing? You just sit there going, holy crapolas, you know? Gosh, I tell you, what the heck happens? There we go. Empire! And this, for those of you new to this, this is an ongoing science fiction story that I've had going on in my brain for quite some time. Yep, you're gonna hear that ice coming down now. Oh, makes me nervous. But this is a science fiction. This is actually the capital of the Aquavian Empire. It goes all the way back to almost like Dungeons and Dragons, except I did a science fiction version of it. It was called Traveler, and a group of us nerds got together, and we would do that, and it was fun weekends, and we played Traveler, and you had to develop your character and where he's from, and I had the Aquavian Empire, and that's what it started out as, a financial empire and became an empire, you know. Empire. And we have the current ruler, when you look at this painting, is actually Olivia Victorianus Maximus. Oh dear. So there you go. A quick brush up on Aquavian history. Oh dear, my paint's drying up on me. Hold on. We have the main palace here. We have Senate office buildings here and here and here. We have the financial district here, the banks and all that stuff. The old section, the old section of the city here. And there you go. That's where we're going with this thing. Like I said, it's an enormous painting. Oh yeah, I think our top temperature today was 22 degrees, and we had 60-mile-an-hour gusts here. So it's been a rough day. That's all I can say. I have this fence in the backyard, and there's a little section of it that's kind of wobbly, and I keep looking out the window. Don't get blown down. Don't get it still upright. It's like, yes, thank you. Yeah, we had gusts up to 60 plus miles an hour. It was like, oh man. Always hope for that mild winter. Well, nope, not this year. We had a mild, a very warm fall, and it's making up for it right now. Oh well, what do you do? Can't do anything about it, so just bundle up and do it. Yeah. So that's what's going on in this painting. You got the Aquavian Empire. Olivia Victorianus Maximus is the first Maximus on the throne. So, just in case you're worried. Brr, that's cold. What's really strange here is that we get past tomorrow, we go into the 50s, but heavy rain, you know. So we'll go from freezing to flooding. That's a Portland winter. All right. Now, did a little bit of work on that one. I just kind of had some ideas, but now we're going to concentrate back up onto the city itself. Quavia is the capital city, the Quavian Empire. Imagine that. Just like Rome. Rome! All right. Let's just hit it here. The ongoing project. And try to make it so people say, my God, he actually did something. All right. Let's work on those buildings in the background. And I'll be back on Saturday, 11 a.m. Pacific time. That would be 2 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. Central time, 12 p.m. Mountain time. And for those of you in Australia, I have no idea. Hello, Diane! Greetings and salutations! Hello, Larry! Greetings and salutations and all that rot. All right. Okay. Whoa! Oh, couldn't help myself. Got excited again. Bum, 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 bum. Got my Darth Vader shirt on. Oh! And a different day on top of that. Have a show coming up in about a week and 3 days, and I'm in pretty good shape. That's why I decided I could do Empire tonight. I just need to finish the labels up, and we're done. Got everything done. I'm so proud of myself right now. I can't even live with myself. I'm so proud of myself. Yep. Buddy, I'm gonna get a little bit unpronounceable blue here. Hold on. Unpronounceable blue. Okay, not myself. Sorry, got excited again. There is one province in province in Canada that's a half-hour difference instead of an hour. Yeah, they decided to be different. I always thought it'd be kind of cool if you're like 15 minutes difference. Everyone's like, oh gosh, how can we keep track of that? What the heck, huh? If I remember right, I think it was the railroads that actually came up with the whole thing of time zones. So sunlight's coming this way, so I got to remember that. Ba-dee-dum-bum. I mean, in science fiction, you could have sunlight coming from all directions because who knows, they might actually have multiple suns. But in this case, it's one. Just in case you're worried. Got a show coming up, the Lighthouse Show. I have all these lighthouses and stuff, so we'll be fine. Hello, Merrick! Greetings and salutations. Aha! Are you getting ice down there, Merrick? You're getting ice up here. Sounds like somebody's throwing pebbles against the side of the windows. Yeah, sometimes we get ice. The conditions here in Portland are like perfect for a nasty ice storm. And so every once in a while we get nailed. They're expecting 1/4 of an inch of ice coating on everything. So you don't drive in that. You don't walk out in that. You just simply stay home. Mavis! How are you doing? I hope you're doing fine, Mavis. Just in case you were wondering. Okay, we're going to keep working on this. I want people to say, he didn't do anything. Well, I adjusted this car a little bit. This is large real estate. Let's just put it this way. Yeah, it does. It sounds like itty bitty marble. Somebody throwing it at the house. Ugh. Always makes me nervous every time we go through one of these events. You're just like, oh, you never know how bad it's going to be. It's never good. Yeah. Well, you can't do anything about it. So sit here, get your flashlights and candles out, and hunker down. That's all you can do. And the key is don't go out in it. It is really not a fun thing to do. We got weird events here in Portland. That freezing rain is one of them. It's like, oh, it's just not nice here for that. We get it. But that's all right. We got the Quavian Empire, capital city, era Victorianus, or Olivia Victorianus. Of this ongoing storyline here. Empress. No, it's the Quavian Empire, probably about 65,000 years into the future. It's hard to explain the whole storyline here, but there was like pods that were launched from Earth thousands of years ago, and this is where they all landed on the planets that actually could handle life, and slowly but surely, this is what developed. You know, America has Count Vespasian. He was about 500 years before this. I have an entire timeline. It's scary. Yes, Mike Strange. but the Quaven Empire is kind of based on Rome to a certain extent, but not completely, but it's kind of like Rome. Whoa, uh, Olivia Victorianus Maximus was on the throne for 98 years. You know, when she passed away, it was like this massive emotional event. You know, she was a young person when she came onto the throne. She was out camping with her boyfriend, and all of a sudden this spaceship shows up. You know, they said the emperor wants you, and she said, "Why would he want me? I'm not even close to in line." And the whole thing of the whole story was that they had Cassius was supposed to be in line for the throne, but the emperor at the time says, "You know, Cassius is just a horrid human being, and we're not going to have Cassius as a emperor." And I said, "I've been eyeballing Victoria or Olivia," and he says, "I think that would make a good empress." And she immediately, unfortunately for her, was right embroiled into a civil war because there was people that thought he should be the emperor, and she defeated him. So there's the storyline. My gosh, you guys are probably going, "Holy cow, what type of glue does he sniff?" Yeah. But there's your storyline here. Talk to Merrick about that. He has one of my dome cities that are underwater. Well, I got my start doing artwork as actually was doing science fiction, and so I did science fiction illustrations for a few years, and then I went into the military and all that type of stuff, and yeah. Then the military found out I could actually do artwork, and they started recruiting me to do things, of course, you know. So, and once I got out, then things kind of set idle for a while, but then here we are, you know, came back again. Ba-da-da-dum, ba-dum, ba-da. But this is the old section of town here. This dates back about a good solid, 500-600 years, maybe even more. And then you have the growth of the empire, starting with all the financial things, and it was interesting. The planets that actually had supported Cassius ended up having a problem with rebellions in their own country, and they made the mistake of asking the Quavian Empire, or at that time it really wasn't an empire. I mean, they had a few planets under them, but and they shocked the heck out of them. They sent in support, but that wasn't for the government. They ended up arresting the governments and actually supported a lot of the rebels. So there you go. There's a big storyline right there. You're probably like, "Wow, he really sniffs glue." There's your storyline behind this massive painting. Count Vorlon, he's the exchequer of the empire. He knows of the secret money. big massive. They don't even know how old Count Vorlon is. I should write an entire story on this. I actually have quite a bit of the details in the brain. That's so scary. I always say the mind is a terrible thing. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Gotta work on some stuff. It's need to have. Yep. Talking to myself, full conversation going on here. Don't worry about it. The new Star Wars, Acquainted Empire. It's always fun to work on this one. I love science fiction because it does allow you to completely get away from everything. You know, you just let your imagination go and just go with it. Whoa! It's nice to see new faces too. Not that I'm sick and tired of you, Diane, but just kidding. You know that. Love you to hell. You know that. Same with you, Merrick. All right. Okay, I don't want to have it where he didn't know anything. It's a huge painting. So there's only so much you can do. Yeah. And then you get into that mode where you're just simply cleaning things up. When she defeated the 5 planets that had supported Cassius, and there was in this building right here, she addressed the Senate, and there was a 20-minute standing ovation when she came out, when she addressed the Senate, and she was this young woman that she was just like overwhelmed almost by the standing ovation because it had been such a sweeping success, and she was sitting there going, oh my God, what have I done? But she was, it was an overwhelming victory. And it was interesting because once she gave her speech and she had to leave the stage, she was walking down this hallway, and this young man who was actually one of her assistants, and he says, Empress, may I talk to you? And she looked at him. She says, sure, walk with me. And he says, you realize you just added 11 billion people to the empire. And she was like going, And he says, well, we're going to have to figure out how to incorporate all those people. She says, that's all she could do is, but they managed to do it. Wow. I've done a little bit too much thinking on this, haven't I? We're like going, holy cow, this guy really sniffs a lot of glue. Okay, so this is going to be just an incredible amount of detail. That's what I want in this painting here. The more you look, the more you see. I suppose it does, You tell I'm influenced by multiple different science fictions. But that's where I got my start with science fiction illustration. And and it was a lot of fun. But right now, I'm doing a lot of fun art. Like the next show coming up, I have lighthouses and trees and all that type of stuff. So I'm all over the place. But I still love. There's just something about doing science fiction that I love. Like I said, allows you to escape. I can remember a person was criticizing me on Count Vespasian. You'd have to look at the painting. Count Vespasian has flying sailing ships. And the guy said he was complaining about the sailing ships. I said, we're talking about sailing ships that are flying. What rules apply to that? Shut up. Thank you. Thank you very much. The original city had a tremendous amount of domes in it. And they wisely kept most of them. And then you have the high rises in the background here, just in case you're wondering. Like, oh man, this guy really sniffs glue. Put on home. Thank you, Diane. I paid her to say that. I want you to know that. Yeah, we have this ancient city. Just like Rome. I don't know if you've ever been to Rome. I was lucky enough that I got to Rome. And it's the same thing. You just layer upon layer upon layer upon layer of history. It's really fascinating. It's not just the Roman Empire. You have the Renaissance era, you have the Etruscan era, you have all this. It's just, and that's how my vision is like for science fiction. It's not going to be just this one city, that pops up. It's going to be multiple layers of a city. I was amazed that opera scene in that movie. It was I think it was a Japanese opera singer. She was the first one was able to hit those notes. She was actually slightly younger than that. Olivia Victorianis was actually 26 when she was thrown onto the throne, and she actually was thrown right into the frying pan because the emperor, her one that picked her as her person, he actually passed away really quickly after that one, and so that was the vacuum. And there was people saying, and he did the smartest thing he could. He actually announced it to the Senate, so they couldn't deny that he was naming her as the heir, and she was only the heir in waiting, as the Quaven Empire calls it, the heir in waiting. She was only the heir in waiting for 2 weeks before she became empress. Just in case you were wondering. Then Alexei became emperor after her, but he had the benefit of being there when she actually passed away. So he had a little easier time in transition. Just in case you're wondering. The painting of In for Repairs was under Alexei. Man, you're probably like going, this guy really sniffs glue. Okay. let's get the little brush out here. We're going to do another ship here. And let's see. Yep, you can see the top here. Good. And we've got another ship coming. Let's put that here. And you can tell by eras here is where the engines are placed on a Quavian ship. If they're forward, that's prior to Olivia. When it comes to the back, when they get moved to the back, that's during that was the shift under the under Olivia. Just in case you're wondering, man, I've thought way too much into this, haven't I? Mm-hmm. And I don't have a problem going over other sections of the painting. Okay, so let's get another brush in here. Whoa! And now myself got excited again. Bigger brush than that. Actually, I'm going to come in with some Prussian blue because the Prussians are blue. All right. Squeeze a little bit of that out there. And a little bit of Van Dyke Brown. Whoa! All right. And at this time, they were definitely operating on the Magneto plasma drives. The power that they provide is incredible. And this painting, we completely do away with the rule of it being too busy. It just has ridiculous amounts of detail there. But this is the largest ship here, just in case you're wondering. This is the largest ship that actually could land on a planet. They have much bigger ships that they're just too big to land on a planet, and so they have some ships that are so damn large that if they were trying to get too close to a body of water, they'd actually move the water. So that gives you a clue. Just in case you're wondering. Actually, I think we're gonna this one's gonna come at us here because we have a whole bunch of ships going this way. This one's coming back at us here. And actually, this is the thing. But the ship, you could have multiple. Remember that. Here's the horizon line that comes across here, but you could have multiple vanishing points, and especially when you're in a situation where you got ships turning and all that type of stuff, you need to have multiple vanishing points. So, okay, so we're gonna get. And so that's the horizon line. So this thing needs to come kind of like this. Ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-bum. And then we're gonna, that's the back engines here. Remember, it was a shift to the rear, but they always had the engines. There was original designs that the engines were like included inside the ship. That turned out not to be a good idea because it was hard to repair those ships. And so that's where they went with the pods. Man, you're probably like going, wow, he's put just way too much thought into this thing. Okay. Pink Floyd. I love Pink Floyd. Is there anybody in there? Hello, hello, hello. Is there anybody in there? That's going to be like this. Because you're underneath this ship here. What is he doing here? I have no idea. Let's work this one. So we're going to have to establish, where is that? Let's put that vanishing point here for that ship. And I'll just aim at it. Everything has a vanishing point. That's a thing to remember. Family. Oh, now I got the Addams Family going through my head. No idea. Okay, that needs to come this way. Probably like, what is he doing? Oops, I just keep kicking that darn thing. Okay. Magneto drives have a blue haze from both ends of it. Just in case you're wondering. That's, let me just put that in there real quick. Family. Mm-hmm. So if you're wondering that they're going over the top of the Capitol complex, these ships are very quiet. At one time when they developed the first drives, they would zap. They had a zapping noise, but they have long since been able to control that. At one time, you didn't want to be anywhere near one of those things when they landed because the static electricity and everything was just horrific. But they cured that one. It's like an instant grounding. Oh yeah, same with me. And thank you, Diane. When the Great Overlord painting came out, you could see that the ship still had the engines towards the front, and they had still had a lot of problems with always smooth out your lumps here. I always say that. You can see my finger. I'm not flipping you off, but that was my fingers there. But when the Great Overlord was painted, that's you can still see the engines forward there, and there was a lot of zapping at that time. The Great Overlord, Maximus, he was actually Oliviana's great uncle. So just keep in mind, keep your whole story thing going here. We're like, wow, this guy really does glue. So. Hello, Donna. Greetings. Actually, going to shorten that up just a little bit. Oh, it's just my adding brown, adding blue. We will work this. This one has a little bit of work to do, but I think I want that concept of a ship. Oh, I have a big enough room that it just sits up against the wall. It's huge. I know, it's huge. I lift it and put it onto the easel. It's like a Buick. All right. Definitely be working on this ship a lot more. Gotta have cool spaceships. Friends. Yeah, there's those pebbles again. Oh, ooh, that does not sound good. We might be on the news tomorrow. Yeah, it's kind of scary seeing the California going through their earthquake. They tend to go through a fair amount of earthquakes. It's uh, yeah, I've been through a big earthquake before, and I tell you what, that wakes you up. All right. Slowly but surely, the ship comes together. I've seen some incredible murals. It's always fun. I love doing a big painting, but this one, as you know, heck, it's taken me quite a while to do. But I'm only working on it at an hour at a time. There's nothing on here that you have not seen live. So that gives you an idea. Let's the sun's coming this direction. So let's add a little bit of white to that. Oh, it's so fun to have more people on board. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate that. Thank you, Anthony, for inviting them. Get to listen to my ridiculous storyline of the Quavian Empire. And everybody's like going, he needs to seek help. Seek help. Just seek help. Sunlight's coming this direction. Like I said, I do all different type of stuff, not just science fiction. Like I said, I got a Lighthouse series coming up real quick. It's scary how fast that's coming up. But this is different. This is my science fiction stuff and the ongoing work here. Oh dear. Storyline and everything. I can at least see that ship's coming at you here. Boom, 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 boom. Adding a little bit of titanium white. Titanium white. Okay. I only think they have titanium in it, but that's the name of it. It'd be kind of cool just to find the source of the colors names. Like Van Dyke, where did that come from? I have no idea. I don't think you would see that engine there. So we'll get rid of that. Oh, couldn't help myself, got excited again. Add a little bit of yellow ochre. I'm going to have to put some yellow ochre out there. It's starting to dry up on me. At least when you look at the before and after picture, he said, oh, he actually added something. Oh, he didn't just sit there and talk. All right. Mm-hmm. Remember, the sun's coming this direction. Blend that out just a little bit. And the key is when they're like metallic, you want to kind of give that shine to it too. Friends. Okay. And a little bit yellow. I can see I'm gonna by the next time I'm back on Pacific time, 11 a.m. Saturday, most likely. Sometimes, as people know, sometimes Saturday becomes kind of interesting. But Saturday I'll be back on, and I will start a new painting on Saturday. And I need to keep cranking, I think it's scary, but we're getting there. Rinse. Okay. Jeez. Yeah, definitely need to. That's one thing with a palette. After a while, the paint just starts setting up. No matter what you do. Buddy. Okay. Can't wait till we show up. It's in the morning. You could hear it. Like I said, it sounds like pebbles. I got all my little lamp and everything ready to go. I have these battery power lamps that put out pretty good light, just in case we lose our power. Beaverton, I live in Beaverton, which is outside of Portland. It's usually pretty good for not losing power, but you never know. We'll put a lot more detail into this ship next time. But right now, I was able to squeeze in an Empire painting. So there you go. All right, people. Thank you so much again for joining me. And we're going to you can just barely see that thing. I can actually hear vehicles already slipping around. Well, Portland gets this. Not every year, but every once in a while, and it's not fun. Just like the South and stuff gets hurricanes and California gets its earthquakes. We get our ice storms, and every once in a while a volcano. Rare for the volcanoes, but every once in a while. Okay. All righty, people. Thank you so much again for joining me. Thank you, Anthony, for inviting your friends. And I hope you stay on board. You didn't get bored tonight. So seriously, thank you so much. Okay. And we'll do more work on that ship. All right. Thank you so much again. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay warm. If you're up in this cold area, stay out of the rain, stay out of the ice rain. If you're in this area, seriously, take care of yourselves. And I hope to see you back on tomorrow, not tomorrow, but Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, right here in Oregon. And hopefully see you next time. All right. Bye-bye. The Aquadian Empire. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, I am. I'm working from home, so thank you, Donna, for your concern. So I'm pretty good. So I'm good to go. Take care. Bye bye.